Okay, guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about finding the slope of a line when you're given 2 points, but I want to connect it to finding the slope of a line when turn on the light. Okay, finding the slope of a line when you have a graph. Okay, so you know when we are trying to find a slope of a line from a graph, we use rise over run. Okay, so when you have 2 points, it's related in the sense that rise is the same thing as the change in the y coordinates, and run is the change in the x coordinates. So right here we have -2, -1. We're going to call this x1 and y1. Okay, and up here we have 4, 3. Okay, and we're going to call that x2 and y2. Okay, all right, so when we imagine we were just given these 2 points and we were told to find the slope. Now we know that we would use rise over run, and we would get a rise of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could do it like 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be our rise, and our run would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 4 over 6. All right, and then we would simplify that and get what? 2/3. Okay, but if we just had these 2 points, we would have to use the formula, and the formula, if you're given, okay, let's call it the formula. Okay, and say we're given 2 points. If we're given x1 comma y1, okay, and say we're given x2 and y2, the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, now these notes go in your journal, and when you copy the notes in your own handwriting and you think about it as you're writing it, that increases the chance of you remembering this information later and retaining it to memory as you're in the journey to become the best version, the strongest version of yourself. Okay, so put these in your notes in your journal, and it'll help you become better at math and problem solving. Okay, so having said that, let's see how that applies to our 2 sample notes. Okay. Okay, so we have m equals y2, which is 3, okay, minus y1, which is -1, so that's minus -1, okay, and then we have x2, x2 is 4, okay, minus x1, which is -2. Okay, and when we subtract integers, it's like adding the opposite. Okay, so that's going to equal 3 plus +1. Okay, so that's like plus a +1, Okay, and this is going to be add the opposite, so that's 4 plus a positive 2, okay, which is going to give us 3 plus 1 is 4 over 6, which we set up here. We said we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we had a run of 6, so we have 4 over 6 as our slope, and of course we simplify that. Okay, alright, so we divide by 2, divide by 2, and that's going to give us 2/3 as our slope. Okay, so given the 2 points, -2, -1, and 4 and 3, our slope is 2/3.